Alright, we're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. This is a rum and coke, my friend. Yes, this is a rum and coke. Rowan, the speaker does not have to be the same impedance as the subwoofer. No. You can use any speaker you like. It doesn't give a fuck. It's literally, it's putting no load on the amplifier. And we can prove it's putting no load on the amplifier because it doesn't draw any current from my power supply when we run the small clipping detector speaker with the capacitor hooked up. So guys, did it continue the stream or did it start again? And how many are watching now? Because I've closed all my browsers, so I have no idea how many are watching now. I'm trying to get this computer up and running. This computer is from 2007, and I'm using it to live stream, render in real time. I've got like 7 cameras connected to it. I've got Chrome running at the same time for live chat. It's really struggling. That's a shame that we lost so many. We had a lot of people watching, and my PC blue screened, and we lost all our viewers. That's the way it goes. And what's with frequency response? Do not cut low frequency from subwoofer. What the hell? What was that? What are you talking about, buddy? Asta, what do you mean? The capacitor is not in series with your subwoofers. Only in series with your small speaker. I was going to try and see if I had a subwoofer laying around to hook up to demonstrate that with. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. So maybe I can use one of my old 8s here hooked up to the amplifier to demonstrate that it doesn't affect the subwoofer whatsoever. Okay, so we're going to show you that this works, right? My stream, my open broadcast software is really pissing me off this evening. It keeps dropping out, so massive apologies if the stream keeps buffering. I don't know what's going on. Like I said, this is a computer from 2007, so it's probably had enough of me constantly running it at 100% all day long for like 8 hours every day. If anyone can help me out with, because I'm good with computers, I'm very good with computer hardware and software, but I have not stayed up to date. I have not stayed with the times, so I need some new computer hardware. I need to build myself a new computer for the workshop that can stream properly, that can stream at a high bit rate, that is fast, that can render. So I don't need, I need lots of cores. I don't need necessarily a good single core performance. I need lots of cores to all work together and render. So probably I'm looking at AMD, I don't know, but I need something that's not current to date spec. I need something that is like a little bit older, like, so I can get it cheap, because I haven't got a lot of money to spend on a PC just now, so I need to build myself a computer that is pretty cheap parts from like a couple of years ago, but that is much better than LGA 775 and that can render properly with a decent graphics card and shit. Alright, so we're going to show you this clipping again. This time I'm going to have a speaker hooked up so you can see that the speaker hooking up doesn't affect the voltage. Isn't an issue, just low voltage could be. This is electronics fundamentals and not specific to any amp type, but brand or frequency, just experiment. Yeah, this is literally just a really fucking simple basic shit that I overlooked for many years. I overlooked this for many years, and it's really simple. So we have a speaker hooked up, and I'm going to turn the amplifier back on. Oh no, we have a broken. This speaker is actually broken, so it distorts anyway. I forgot that I blew this speaker. Okay, we're going to use a different speaker because I blew this sub, so it distorts. Okay, let's get a different speaker. Here we go, this will do. Goodman's 5 1/4 inch. Yeah, Terry is Terry knows what's up. So listen to what Terry's saying. How many are watching now? Because I'm going to demonstrate it again for anyone that's recently joined. How long are you streaming for this evening? Just for this demonstration. I'm not going to do any more streaming this evening. Right, so, very simple clipping detector, guys. All we do is we have our amplifier here, okay? We have our subwoofers playing. I'm going to use this as our subwoofer. This is just some test speaker, so to play the bass. And we also have hooked up to the amplifier a very small spare speaker. Can be anything you have laying around. It doesn't have to be a tweeter. It can be a small speaker, just anything you have laying around. And a capacitor. This has to be a non-polarized capacitor that has a voltage rating that is high enough to support your amplifier's output voltage. Okay, so you need to look that up. You can ask me about that, that's fine. So here we have a 100 volt 3.3 microfarad capacitor, and this filters out the low frequencies. So our subwoofer amplifier only produces low frequencies, so this tweeter is going to be doing nothing. So after the capacitor, there's no low frequency. But when the amplifier clips, it actually emits a high frequency distortion sound, which passes, so this speaker now becomes a distortion detector, because when it clips we hear this small speaker make some sounds. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. I'm going to turn our volume up. You can see here I need to probably put something underneath the speaker to stop it jumping around. Like this. There we go. Maybe fold it over again. Okay, so yeah. So we're going to put the speaker here. So we're going to turn this up to clipping. And you can see that when it clips, as soon as the wave goes to clipping, the speaker's making some mechanical noises now because it's being driven quite hard. But as soon as the speaker clips, as soon as the amplifier clips, the small speaker here makes a distortion sound. You see? So you can tell when your amplifier is clipping without needing to use a scope, without needing to use a DD-1 or anything like that, simply by having a small speaker here that you listen for the distortion sound. And let's do that without the speaker hooked up now, because that was making some mechanical noises. So once again, we turn this up to clipping point. And you can hear that as soon as it clips, you can hear it through the small speaker. So this is perfectly clean, and we'll be playing your subwoofers very nicely, no sound through the speaker. As soon as it goes to clipping, distortion through the speaker, so you know to turn it down a little bit until you hear no sound through the speaker, and that is your distortion detector. So if you guys wanted an LED to flash instead to tell you when your amp was clipping, you can do this, and I'm actually designing a circuit for that at the moment. I'm going to manufacture and have released. It's really simple, it's not anything brand new, it's all been done before, and it's the same circuit that's probably inside amplifiers anyway for clipping detection, for clipping LEDs. But what it does is, this is a small circuit that I can install. So what the idea is, people send their amplifiers to me, I install this piggyback circuit into the amplifier itself, and what it does is it listens to the two rail voltages and it listens to the output sine wave, and when the output sine wave reaches the rail voltage, it flashes the LED. So it's just a really basic circuit which is based on a comparator that then when it compares obviously the signal to the rail voltages, and the signal reaches the rail voltage, it then turns on and flashes the LED. Really simple. So I'm designing a circuit at the moment that I can pretty much install into any amplifier, and it will flash the LED when the output signal reaches the internal rail voltage. I don't know why OBS is screwing up tonight. It's really doing my head in. It keeps dropping out about, it's consistent. It's like every sort of 5 minutes or something, it drops out. I don't know why. My CPU isn't being run too hard. My internet connection seems pretty good. So I don't understand why OBS is deciding to play up this evening. Rowan, the Goodman's hooked up to the amp's output. No. The Goodman's was hooked up to the amplifier's output through 3 of my dummy loads in series. So we had 4, 8, 12. So there was 12 ohms in series with the Goodman's already. That's the only reason it could take the power. The clip does not depend on the box. Well, so clipping point doesn't really depend on box rise, only by the fact that if your box rise is low, then your system will draw more current from the amplifier, which means that the amplifier voltages will be lower due to voltage drop. Therefore your clipping point will be lower than if you change your box and the box now has a high impedance rise. Now the clipping point will be different because the current draw on the amplifier is less. Asta, yes, I added a small speaker with a capacitor in series to here for clipping. So I think I'm going to lock off the stream pretty soon because I'm getting pissed off with OBS keep dropping out. It's not being useful. I'm going to try and work out why my computer keeps blue screening. I'm just trying to work out why the hell my open broadcast software keeps dropping out. I wonder if it's my power supply in my computer. So CPU V-core is at 1.3 volts. I'm pretty sure that should be a lot higher than that. I'm overclocking at the moment. It should be a lot higher than that. DDR voltage looks good. Plus 3.3 volts. Plus 3.3 is a bit low. Plus 5 volts a bit low. Plus 12 volts a bit low. My CPU is at 72 degrees. My cores are at like 80. So the reason that this is so hot is because this is a computer from 2007. This is a this is a 775 socket computer. How about my my graphics card isn't being throttled out. It's not getting too hot. 58 degrees, that's fine. Yeah, the CPU's on a high temperature because it's overclocked like pretty crazy. Not that crazy, but kind of crazy. Now the thermal paste is new on the CPU. It's just because it's getting hot because it's been overclocked a lot. I did have this running at 4.5 gigahertz. So can anybody help me? What the fuck do I need to buy? I need to buy new computer parts. I need to build myself a new computer. I don't want anything. I want something that's really cheap and a little bit outdated, maybe a couple of years out of date, that's really good at rendering. I need something that can render really fast, so multiple cores. I don't need single core performance. I need lots of cores for rendering. I need a graphics card that can boss the fuck out of rendering video. but it doesn't need to play. I'm not playing games. I'm just rendering. I'm rendering video. I'm live streaming. So what the fuck do I need? This is a Xeon CPU. This is a 5470, I think. It's one of the best socket 775 CPUs that you can get for overclocking. It's a quad core. Yo, what's up from Jamaica? How's it going, buddy? So yeah, I need to build myself a new computer pretty soon. Pretty damn soon. I just need to work out what the hell I need to buy. I need something that's cheap, something I can buy second hand for very, very cheap, that can render like a boss. Yeah. I need something that can render like a boss, can live stream like a boss. Choose Ryzen. But Ryzen's too new. Ryzen is too expensive. I need something that's like a couple of years out of date. So bear in mind that I'm currently upgrading from an LGA 775 DDR2 hardware. So I don't need to go jump quite as far as Ryzen. I need something kind of in between, because I'm still capable of live streaming on this old ass hardware. Like, I'm doing these videos for you guys and it's working okay. Yeah? So I don't need to upgrade to Ryzen. I need something in between, something that has a fuckload of cores, that can render like a fucking boss, and I can render videos and I can live stream, and it can do a lot of shit at the same time, run Chrome at the same time as I'm live streaming. I see you, Rowan. I see you, Rowan. I'm just wanting some other people's opinions as well. I want to try and get a common opinion on what to go for. Thank you very much, Philip, man. That's wicked. Thank you very much. Nice comments. So I need a completely new computer. So you reckon 4 cores is enough? Runs quite well. So I was thinking I should upgrade to like an octa-core, like 8 cores. So I'm currently running 4 cores, SSD, 8 GB of RAM, and it's not enough. I'm running 4 cores at 4 GHz. What's my budget? Like buying all the gear second hand, probably like £300 in the UK, which is probably about, I don't know, $450. For rendering multiple AMD optplons on one board. What's that? What the fuck is an AMD optoplon? eBay are full of those. There are boards that house 4 CPUs at once, some server windows, etc, etc. Okay, wow. Calabar a win champs. You can buy a 6-core X5650, etc, with the 133 mainboard, and it costs 25 to 50 euro, but the mainboard costs around 100 to 150. Fuck's sakes. Oops. Dropping my things on the floor. He went AMD Opteron. I still don't know what that is. I run a Core i5 with a GT 730. Speaker Freak, what is your computer? What's your PC? What's the specs on that? Because that's what I'm looking for. Like, I would happily take a pre-built machine because it saves me time building my own, because I don't have a lot of spare time. I need something that can stream in a much higher quality than I'm currently doing, because I want to get a better quality stream for you guys going on. Because at the moment I'm only streaming in like 300 kilobytes or 4,000 kilobytes a second. So 4 MB a second is my current stream rate that I can just about manage on this computer, and it's rubbish, no good. Yeah, Speaker Freak, let me know what your computer is, what the specs are on that, and I'll have a look. Because I might be interested in that. Depending on what the specs are and if it will do what I want it to do, etc. It's a 6700K overclocked to 4.6 and 65 gigabytes of... Oh wow, what the fuck? 65 gigabytes of RAM? And dual 660 Ti's. So I'd only need one of those, because Open Broadcaster doesn't support SLI. I don't think. 660 Ti. I would probably be interested in that, and then I would probably swap out the 660 Ti's for something some single card, some higher rating single card. Thank you very much, Dave, for your kind suggestion. SMPS24K, if you just paste the end bit of the link, so just delete that and just post the end bit, and I will just paste it onto ebay.co.uk/. It's custom built by me, 64 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, 660 Ti could run out of SLI, so one GPU take all of the streaming strain and the other doing everything else. Does it work like that? I have no idea if it works like that. I don't even know how to set it up to do that. Done. In 3 months you can buy a bottle of Coke. Thank you very much, Philip. That's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. When will you do the edit to the car amp? Oh yeah, we can have a look at that this evening if you want, but my Open Broadcast software keeps cutting out, which is really annoying me. So I wanted to stop cutting out, and then we'll have a look at the car amp, the upgrades. Ah, Volvo Steph, thank you very much for the donation, 50 Norwegian kroners. Mate, thank you very much indeed. Very, very kind of you. Buy that PC from Speaker Freak. I will look at it. I will definitely look at it. It needs a new it needs a new hard drive because my subs rated it a failure. So what was the specs of that PC, Speaker Freak? $700K. i7. This is a. Okay, so this is a quad core, but 8 thread due to hyper threading. Irybead says, can you record your live stream and then upload them to YouTube, because I'm not going to see your live stream all the time. All of my live streams are on YouTube, but they're unlisted. The idea is that I'm going to edit them, because all my live streams are like 7 hours long, and so no one's going to sit there and watch 7 hours worth of videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit them down first and then upload them, but I just haven't had time yet. So I'm going to, yeah, I will upload all of my live streams, but I need to edit them first, and then I'll upload them so you can see. Okay, so yeah, this looks like a pretty decent processor. That with DDR4 RAM, 64 gigabytes worth of it. Yeah, that should be pretty good. So I think if I went for Speaker Freak's PC, I'd probably one single like higher performance graphics card. I don't know whether I'd be able to set up the graphics card so that one took care of streaming and one took care of everything else. I don't really have much else going on other than like Google Chrome, so I think one graphics card is probably just better for me. Plus, I have a crap load of capture cards, so I need spare PCI slots. I have a lot of extra PCI peripherals, so if I take up 2 slots or 3 slots because of the thickness with the graphics cards, then I don't have enough for my capture card. So one graphics card is for me. I'm trying to end some processes on my PC to see what the flipping hell is causing this to keep crashing. max 700k. Okay, wicked. To stream, just get a 1060. Even a 1030 might do for streaming, since you don't play new video games. So the reason I want a decent graphics card is though is because I render video on Sony Vegas, so I think I need a good graphics card for that as well, maybe? I think this is lying. This is much higher than 3.75 because CPU Z does show that as much higher. I'm not capping out my memory either. I'm only running 3.2 gigs of memory. I don't know why OBS is crashing. It doesn't usually crash as much as this. Like, I can pretty much stream most of the time and it's fine. Okay, Speaker Freak, I'll reply to you in a short amount of time. Alright, the OBS keeps dropping out, so I'm going to lock off the stream for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope that the clipping detection video was useful, and that you can make use of this to hear some clipping when it happens on your install. So yeah. I am gonna do a separate video on the clip detection because I don't like how, so obviously this stream was very slow, it's very long. I'm gonna do a separate video that explains how this clipping detection thing works, and I'll upload that separately so that anybody that's not on the live stream can see it, because I think it's very interesting and very useful. So BH4 my PC at the moment can still render quicker than live, than like playing live. So if I'm rendering a half-hour video, it might take 20 minutes to render, and that's with LGA 775 and a 560 Ti. Can you next do a T-line video? I've done lots of T-line videos. I don't know what else I could do on T-line videos. Yeah, 1080. Okay, so fair enough. I'm rendering in 1080p 30 frames a second, not 60 frames a second. Alright, so OBS keeps cutting out.